Hello, my name is Kendall Black, and welcome to this tutorial on judging high school debate. This is the second part of a two-part video series. If you would like to watch part 1, which covers the basics of judging, please click here or follow the link in the description to do that now. If you are a new judge, I highly recommend doing so. The content in this video will be building on that and will be just a little bit more complex. Now then, without further ado, let's jump right in. Now in the last video we discussed the importance of note-taking. In debate, however, there is a method called flowing.
Flowing is simply a term for high-powered note-taking. It is an important skill for judges and debaters alike. The point of flowing is to get all of the debaters' points and arguments. It begins with the first two constructive speeches in which the debaters deliver their framework and their contentions. By using shorthand, attempt to jot down all of the information down that is important, specifically the taglines. Taglines are simply the titles of contentions and pieces of evidence. They are used for convenience in both organization and flowing. As the round progresses into the rebuttals, be sure to flow the arguments and refutation debaters make against their opponents. One essential thing to remember is you don't have to be incredibly detailed. As long as you write down the basic idea of what they're saying and perhaps the evidence that the debater cites, that's perfectly fine. The whole point of the flow is to have a visualization of how the round is going. Using your flow in your final decision is allowed and encouraged.
Now, it doesn't really matter how you flow, as long as it makes sense to you. Everyone has their own style. You can flow on copy paper, you can flow on a notebook, or you can even flow on a legal pad, or some people even prefer flowing on a laptop. As long as you can keep track of everything in the round and everything makes sense to you, then it works. There's no real right answer. Just make sure that you catch everything that's important, especially the tagline. Just remember to never stop flowing. If you do, you'll miss something, and filling out the ballot will become much harder. If you have a good flow, you should have a good idea of how the round looks. And if you're confused as to what to do specifically, don't worry. I plan to upload a sample debate that I will break down for you too. But for now, let's move on to another essential part of debate. This part is actually simple. A voter is a tool for debaters to use in order to make your decision easier. A voter is simply jargon for voting issue. A voter is essentially an issue or a point that a debater stresses is important to vote on, typically delivered in the last speech. One of the most commonly used voters is impact calculus, which is a case's bottom line, the real-world impact as to why their point matters. Impact calculus as a voter is the debater simply giving reasons as to why their impacts outweigh their opponents'. Other common voters are use of evidence, fairness, courtesy and ethics, or education. Now those are all voting standards, but a voter can truly be anything. Sometimes they are formally stated. Now the first voter in today's round is going to be impact calculus, and Judge, you're going to want to vote affirmative on this because our impacts heavily outweigh the opponents because they affect more people around the world, and that's very important to understanding this resolution. And other times not. Now Judge, one of the most important things to remember in this round and in this debate is that our side actually affects more people around the world in a positive way. We have a greater impact than our opponents do, so you need to vote affirmative if you truly want to impact the most amount of people. Both of these methods are just fine. The whole purpose of voters is for your convenience as a judge, to give you the most important points in the round and allow debaters to provide you reasons that they believe they have won. Now, opinions on voters are usually very polar, so be sure to include how you like the use of voters, how you want them presented, and even the most important voters to you in your paradigm. Remember, a debater's job is to convince you, so they will apply to your style only if you tell them what it is that you want. Above all else, you need to remember 3 things. 1. Debate is about reasoning. Give reasons for all of your decisions and everything that you write on the ballot. 2. Your decision is meaningful, so flow the round as best you can and base decisions off the round, the voters provided, and your paradigm. Try to be as unbiased and as ethical as possible. And 3, don't be nervous. Judges learn as they go, and as much as I've tried to cram into these videos, there is so much more to be learned about debate. So much more. If there is a concept that you don't understand, mention it in your paradigm so that a debater can clarify in round, or you can even ask a coach. Experience is key to success as a debate judge. Well, I guess that just about covers all of the fundamentals. I hope you enjoy your time judging, and on behalf of the debate community as a whole, thank you for volunteering to judge. And remember, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more debate resources. And if you found this video helpful, please share this with more upcoming judges. Thanks for watching.